Welcome to The Grid. In this episode, we're in the neighborhood of Bronzeville. It's one of my absolute favorites and one I think you should definitely visit. Good morning, Cliff.
Good morning, baby. How are you?
I love having my coffee with you.
Yeah, I know.
What is the Bronzeville resident like?
Well, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have educators, we have politicians. You know, I'm not surprised that they live on the south side of Chicago. A lot of entrepreneurs work from home, so they come here, they post up at the bar, open their laptop, they host meetings, etc. So it's the same folks that you may see downtown at Soho House, but then they're breaking bread on the south side in the morning because it's within walking distance. Families are moving back. All the graystones and brownstones. There's a lot of new development happening too. Dirt isn't getting any cheaper, right? And God ain't coming to make any more of it, right? So when you look at the south side of Chicago, these vacant lots is an opportunity to build houses and increase the community, etc. So that's the real jewel.
What is Bronzeville still lacking?
Oh man, businesses. We want more entrepreneurs in the community because what happens is the goal is to be able to keep their money in the community. If in fact an employee works here at Peaches and they bank across the street at one of the last standing African-American owned banks, which is Illinois Service Federal, they cash their check and they take it down the street to Bill Ball at Abundant Bakery, who's been there 35 years. What you've just done is you kept that money in the community. And then Bill Ball goes down the street, to the cleaners to get his aprons done. You're recycling that money. And so I think that there's no greater impact than obviously employing people and giving them the check, but more importantly, having a business in the community to support the community.
So this mural itself reflects the idea of showing the timeline of how many blacks who left the South and arrived in Chicago. So you've got a timeline that starts as early as the 1850s, and many people don't understand the Great Migration started way before World War I and World War II. But here particularly, I'm very excited to show my grandfather, Jesse James Sanders. He came here in 1942. Further down on the mural is a photograph of my mother.
And Sherry, you're continuing your family's legacy and commitment to Bronzeville because you are, in fact, head of the
Bronzeville Historical Society. Gladly and proudly, I say that. And the society started as a result of my mother giving me the narrative of the community. Anyone that was anyone lived within the boundaries of Bronzeville or in Bronzeville. Could you imagine that? Next door to my grandmother lived Muddy Waters. And these were the norms that you saw, these giants living right next door to you.
So this is Sip and Savor, Ain't She Sweet, and Agriculture, which is a men's boutique. That's what Cliff Rome was telling me. Hey! How are you? Oh my gosh, thanks for having me.
No problem.
Okay, so what's this?
This is Sip and Savor. This is a really cool little coffee, tea shop. The vibe is, young entrepreneurs conducting business, but there is this wrap.
Okay.
That I have to have you try.
All right.
From
Ain't She Sweet? Okay, there's a wrap. We're gonna get the wrap. Okay, this is the jerk salmon wrap.
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is delicious.
Isn't it delicious?
So good. What a little hidden gem. It's been here, he said, for 11 years.
Yeah, they've been in business.
So you have been coming here a while.
Yeah, for a long time. Yep.
So tell me about the other places that you live in Bronzeville, because I trust you. This is good.
Sip and Savor, Yassa, Truth, good
That's
Italian
an Italian
food.
place.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of everything here in Bronzeville.
Just everything you could think of.
Milton, tell me about your shop, Agriculture.
We are a men's custom tailor shop here in Bronzeville, and we would love to service the community with high-end fashion and contemporary fashions for all kinds.
This is such a beautiful, high-end, really cool shop. I did not expect to walk into this.
Yeah, well, we studied Paris, so we wanted to make sure that when people come in from Bronzeville neighborhood, when they walk in, we want to create a different look and a different atmosphere and a scene of Paris, London, just something real fresh and different. The reason why I picked Bronzeville is because I'm a long-time resident, and I felt that I want to put my money back into my own community. I want to offer jobs and just be a good service of nice clothing and fine garments for the men in the neighborhood.
Why the name agriculture?
Agriculture means to produce. We're custom tailors and we produce garments here at Agriculture, and we feel that production is production. Also, cotton is a crop. George Washington said it first, there's no culture without agriculture.
Very true. All right. Hey. So, Bill, you are the cake boss of Bronzeville.
Yes, sir. I guess you could say that.
Okay. How long have you been in business?
Well, I've been in business for 27 years.
Okay, so Bill, look at this. What cakes are these?
These are caramel cakes.
Okay, now this one you iced.
Yes.
Okay, this one you iced.
Right.
This one your esteemed associate Pamela Mack iced.
Yes, she did a little bit better. Yeah, okay, she's my inspiration. Yeah,
She
okay.
says you're her inspiration.
Okay, yeah, I'm her inspiration.
Is that what you do? Do you come in and inspire all the ladies?
I try. Okay, but most of the times they won't let me do anything. They make me sit down in the corner and shut up.
Do you talk a lot?
No, do I talk a lot?
Yes.
We have to make sure that the African people of African descent, have a place to showcase their work, because it was very difficult for them to find other places that would allow their works to be shown. However, it's important that we also showcase work and not exclude people, because we think that diversity is beautiful and it's something that we should all, be able to embrace. We have quite a few local artists. As a matter of fact, we have artists who live in the building. Wow. This is the Bronzeville Artist Lofts, and there are artists who live on the second and third floors. They work and live there, and then artists from the community also have shows here in the gallery.
We're very excited about the Great Migration Sculpture Garden, and it happened all in part because of collaborations. The images on the pyramid are created by children from the neighborhood.
The wind actually powers the sculptures to move, so you'll get a dance with the sculptures as the wind blows.
Why is art important for a place like Bronzeville?
I think it touches people in a way that things haven't touched them in the past. They pass by here and feel pride, and they feel connection to their culture.
And I might also add that this is a community with 75 years of art movements dating back to the Work Progress Administration. So why is art important? Because any community without a culture is looked at as a lesser community, and we are a community full of culture.
Bronzeville by itself is a welcoming neighborhood, and it's coming. Here you see it's like a melting pot. We are coming from Senegal, and Senegal is in the west coast of Africa.
Are these recipes that were passed down from
my mother to my auntie who raised me, and I've been cooking since I was 9.
What are some of your favorite dishes?
Yassa itself is a flavor. It's the name of the restaurant.
But which ones are your, what would you say a top seller?
I would recommend the mafe. Mafe is a peanut butter stew.
What is in this peanut stew?
Like a lamb, peanut, potatoes, tomatoes. So tasty and so flavored.
Do you love Bronzeville?
Love it. I've been living here for 14 years.
What's the best part of living in Bronzeville?
Well, Bronzeville is close to everything.
Close to everything, the lake.
It's close to everything. It's the middle, in a sense.
Yeah.
It's about having peace of mind. And Yassa not only bring food, but Yassa also bring something special.
I love how he turns every question back to Yassa.
Yeah,
he brings it back to Yassa.
It brings everything.
Because Yassa is happening.
Yassa is the center of everything. Yassa is the happening thing.
You know
You
what?
two, I can't deal with you two. Okay, thank
It's a
you.
happening thing
All right,
right
that's
now.
it. All right, so we've seen a lot and we've done a lot. I hope you make time to visit Bronzeville. Thanks so much for joining me on the grid. I am going to end my night at Renaissance Bronzeville, where I hear they make an awesome cocktail. There's a lot of people coming in.
And we've got a brand new patio that we're working on.
What would you say to other business owners why they should open up a spot here?
The Bronzeville neighborhood is the most up-and-coming neighborhood in Chicago. It's a very walkable, comfortable, diverse neighborhood.
I feel like there's going to be a big renaissance for Bronzeville. So
I.e. the names. That's right.
Aptly named. Well done, sirs. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. Okay, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll see you next time on The Grid. To find all of these places we highlighted in today's video, head to the Chicago Sun-Times website. See you next time on The Grid.